Can you believe it? Have you realized that you, I, and the rest of us have actually started exploring a different planet? Our understanding of the cosmos is a work in progress, with new theories being proposed every day and old myths being disproved, but we have more conclusive methods of doing so thanks to telescopes and space probes like the Voyagers that are constantly providing us with information from the far reaches of space. Therefore, when a significant space probe like the Voyagers goes missing, send a scary message to scientists after having traveled through outer space. The Voyager missions have played a crucial role in space exploration for more than 45 years, providing us with some of the very first and most important glimpses of the true state of our solar system. However, these missions were never intended to last this long when the initial plans for the probe were laid out because the probe was born out of pure accidental discovery. When Michael Minovich discovered that a spacecraft could ride the velocity of a planet and slingshot further into the solar system, this led to the decision to send out probes in the 1970s. This would be made possible by a rare geometric alignment to the outer planets that only happened once every 2 years. Using planetary gravitation and velocity, it became suddenly possible to go to outer planets like Neptune considerably more quickly. Instead of 30 years, it took only 12 years. Voyager 1 reached the edge of the solar system first, taking a much quicker route despite launching 2 weeks after a twin, although the journey to its current position just outside our solar system was in fact a perilous one. Voyager 1 was the first to reach Jupiter 2 years after launch on March 5, 1979, while Voyager 2 launched first on August 20, 1977. 4 months later, in July of the same year, Voyager 2 arrived at the gas giant. Using a variety of onboard instruments, both probes captured the first ever close-up images of Jupiter. Jupiter was just a pit stop on Voyager's journey, and soon enough both probes made the trip to Saturn, with Voyager 1 reaching first in November of 1980 and Voyager 2 almost a year later. We also got data that showed hints of water on Europa, pictures of active volcanoes on Io, and discovered the largest natural satellite in the solar system, Ganymede. But Jupiter was just a pit stop on Voyager's journey, and soon enough both probes made the trip to Mars. With Voyager, the trip to Saturn helped scientists better grasp its 10-hour days and study its winds, which may reach speeds of up to 1,100 miles per hour at their fastest. During Voyager 2's mammoth flyby of the solar system, any planet may be seen. Saturn was the last planet both probes would observe together, as it was decided to separate both probes. Voyager 1 gave us a closer look at the nitrogenous atmosphere of the planet moon Titan and discovered 10 new spectacular moons that orbit the planet. Voyager 2 continued on to 2 other planets as anticipated by August 1989, but Voyager 1 made an ecliptic spin and headed directly into the heliosphere. When Voyager 2 arrived at Neptune, it flew within 3,000 miles of the planet's north pole. The flyby revealed the solar system's coldest planet surface, with temperatures as low as -400 degrees Fahrenheit. While the data on Neptune was indeed revealing, it also left the question of how such a planet with barely any solar energy reaching it could form and maintain such dynamic weather. However, answering that question would be left to future probes as Voyager 2 left the blue, icy planet, making its way toward Jupiter. Although still very rapid, solar winds coming from our sun have slowed down from flying at millions of miles per hour to only 250,000 miles per hour, which is little compared to the considerably faster interstellar speeds. Cosmic rays passing through our galaxy are to blame for the decrease in solar speeds, but the termination shock only signaled the start of the edge of our solar system, and Voyager had not yet crossed it. Voyager 1 crossed the heliosphere first of the 2 probes, accomplishing this feat in August 2012. The heliosphere is a bubble of charged solar particles that surrounds the Earth but is invisible. Every planet behind the heliosphere is shielded from the ferocious cosmic radiation that permeates the entire universe, just like other invisible forces like gravity. Researchers created this crossover. Findings were made after data from Voyager 1 were analyzed during a coronal mass ejection, or CME, that was unique to that CME. Scientists believe that Voyager 1 has entered a hitherto unexplored region of interstellar space because of the intense vibrations that were created by the Sun's enormous shock waves, which were far stronger than those recorded inside the heliosphere. The region beyond the heliosphere, known as interstellar space, contains significantly more powerful particles with much bigger energies. Amplitude of cosmic rays. You might be interested to know that our solar system is rotating through interstellar space, with the Sun holding the planets together and the heliosphere serving as the shield that protects the planets, including Earth, from the unfiltered radioactivity of interstellar space. In anticipation of the Voyager spacecraft reaching this chilly, dark region of space, both probes were designed to be powered using radioisotope thermoelectric generators, or RTGs, as their source of energy. Scientists have already determined that the Voyagers are currently operating on less than 50% of power, but power consumption happens to be the least concern of the controllers over at NASA, as Voyager 1 recently encountered what scientists can only describe as strange: the glitch with Voyager 1 currently at 14.5 billion miles from Earth. Project manager for NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California: it appears from abnormalities in the data relayed in the last few months that Voyager 1 was unable to determine its location in space and made no signs of entering safe mode. According to Suzanne Dodd, a mystery like this is somewhat expected at this point in the Voyager mission, given that both spacecraft are almost 45 years old, which is much older than what the mission plan had anticipated, and that they are also in interstellar space, which is a high radiation environment that no spacecraft has ever flown in. After much needed analysis of the data from Voyager 1, it was determined that the problem was with the spacecraft's attitude articulation, and that the spacecraft was experiencing AACs, or the control system. Voyager 1's disorientation was explained by the system that controls the orientation of the spacecraft and its antenna, but the data glitch was left unaddressed because the spacecraft was still sending and receiving data at the expected rate and strength, while Voyager 1 was giving mission controllers at NASA a hard time. After crossing the heliosphere in 2018, Voyager 2 was still operational in all systems, but its power levels were steadily declining. The mission team had to turn off non-essential systems and components to conserve power. The team estimates that at the current rate of lowering of power, they can only fervently hope to keep it running through 2025. Voyager 1 started sending back clear telemetry data after months of receiving junk data with no obvious way to fix the probe. After one final attempt to fix it, the NASA team discovered that the spacecraft was sending data through a corrupted onboard computer that had malfunctioned years earlier. This computer in turn corrupted the data being sent, resulting in the months of junk to telemetry data the team had to contend with. However, once Mission Control discovered this, Voyager 1 began sending back clear telemetry data. The data glitch on Voyager 1 has been resolved, but it raises the question of what caused the spacecraft to switch from its regular computer to a dead one that has been out of commission for years. According to NASA, the problem has a low-risk fix, and all it took was a little patience: the 22-hour radio signal to reach Voyager 1 and have the probe execute the command flawlessly. Thanks for watching.